Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to sisi, the test server for EVE Online, where today we're holding a mass test for the Blood Raider shipyard. So this should be pretty interesting. CCP has set up 3 fleets, which you can now see like spread out all over the place. I'm in a Blaster Proteus. I thought I'd take a Tech 3 ship to hopefully be able to tank incoming damage decently well and be able to stay on the field as long as possible. But I am seeing a lot of capitals and even super capitals, so it is going to be quite interesting to see how the NPCs are going to react to our incursion. So there should be a Blood Raider shipyard somewhere in the system. Now you can't see that, I don't think, on the overview. You can't probe that down. You basically have to follow the NPC miners in order to find them, or at least that's the plan. I think CCP will give us a warp in for this one, but right now we've got 463 people in local. That's definitely a decent amount for such a short notice mass test, and we'll see how it goes. I do wonder how the NPCs will react to all this. So we have a Fleet W, which I'm in, which is short range, obviously. I'm in a Blaster Proteus. I think my idea would be to take care of annoying tackle and things like that if I can. Next up we have a Fleet Y, which is like intermediate, a little bit of everything, the kitchen sink. And then we have a Fleet Z as well, which is long range snipers, 100 kilometers or more. And I also prepared a couple of extra battleships in the station just in case we get blown up. But yeah, it's looking like we have a lot of people coming to this mass test, and so performance will also be tested here. And of course, yeah, we'll take a first look at the Blood Raider shipyards. Right now they're forming the fleets, probably setting everything up, and then we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna keep an eye on the broadcasts, and if I need it, I'll ask for armor. We already had a little bit of a check on the armor lodges in the fleet, and so that's looking okay. Let's take a quick look if anything else in fleet was being set. Undock my good and close space friends. Yeah, close range should be okay. Important for this mass test, no PvP of any kind, and no doomsdays either, is what they're asking for this test. So hopefully it'll work out. One thing that I did do, I tried to look for stuff in the overview, and I think with entity it's going to be all the way at the bottom. Let's take a look here. You have these entities with like a little diamond in front of them, and you can also take now Titan, frigates, force auxiliaries, dreadnoughts, cruisers, battleships. So I think you have to add these, and that's the, let's see if I can, whoops, that's pretty serious dip. Please watch broadcasting the fleet from your FCs. Okay, so we'll try to do that. And yeah, a bit of a performance dip there. So those are NPCs that you'll probably have to check if you want to actually find them on your overview. And it's the same for the structures right there. You also have an engineering complex with a little diamond. So hopefully that's right, and hopefully they'll show up for us to shoot. Right now we get some backup needed, but nothing just yet. I also put CCP Larrikin, who is FC 165 for short range, not bad. And he was FC. Right now I'm not sure, nobody seems to be in command. We'll see how it works out. Broadcasts, okay. And lots of capital ships. So I do think that the Blood Raider response will be pretty serious here. More short range stuff that I can spot, maybe the dreadnoughts, although I'm not entirely sure. I do think that I saw a couple of, yeah, here we got Vindicator probably. Some Vindicators ought to be close range. We also have a Hyperion, and now we get a Vehement, Varger, Typhoon. Okay, not bad. Bargist and Maelstrom, Vindicator again, Munin, Vexor. Alright, someone is bringing a little Vexor in there as well. A Golem. Not sure if that's meant to be short range, but alright. And let's hope that we get started pretty soon here. Let's also get back on our own ship. 528, it keeps going up. Lots of people joining in here. Some people warping off as well. Interesting. Towards nothing. Warp to the gate in PR. Okay, and hold. So, let's see. Can I just do a warp 2 from here?
Active.
Oh, well, we get a fleet warp. That'll work as well. So off we go towards PR8CA. And I'm guessing that the shipyard will actually be there. Nothing on the broadcast. Sisi Pilarican is back in the driver's seat of this fleet. So his broadcasts could be important. Am I in warp? Yeah, with the Gnosis as well. We've got, what else have we got here? A Thrasher. It's pretty brave to bring a Thrasher. Orthrus. Here we've got the Megatron coming in as well. Pretty cool. A small scout party of Fleet W. Gate is green jump. I'm still in warp. PR8. There we go. And a huge Titan right on the gate, so it's good that I grabbed it right away. And we just have to wait to get out of warp. We got a little bit of tie-dye already, 25% or something like that. We're at 68. I am almost out of warp, so I can press jump. As a huge ball of ships is landing here, so it's probably going to take a little bit of time, 50%. And yeah, serious tie-dye. So of course it's not completely unnatural with hundreds of people jumping through the gate, but it's not like we're shooting at anything, so we could be in for an interesting experiment here. For some reason, oh, that's because I'm not on the orbit camera. I'm going to take that. I do think that for now the orbit camera is a little more stable and a little more intuitive. When you then go look at someone else, you just orbit them and you can just get back to your ship like this, back on an orbit camera. So I'm going to start like this. If I find the opportunity, maybe I'll take the tactical camera out as well, see if everything works okay. And let's see, do we have anything on the overview? Nope, so not here. As the fleet comes through, 400 people by now. Here, no tie-dye as well, so far so good. First warp off. Anyone aligning somewhere? Not sure. We'll go out of cloak so that we could take a fleet jump or a fleet warp. Uncloak and align to the sun. Okay. Let's first take the general direction. We can grab sun, align to. Whoa, new little icons as well. Very good. And let's look around. 450 almost. No tie-dye here just yet. Okay. And yeah, dreadnoughts, faxes, super carriers as well. Quite a decent amount of logi. Couple of titans here as well, counting 4 right now. And yeah, mostly MR of course. Fax, yeah, lots of faxes, quite a decent amount of dreadnoughts as well. 455, so I still think about 100 people should come through. fleet warp incoming soon. Oh ho. What are they going to fleet warp us in? Following CCP Larrikin into warp, so here we go. A bit of a performance hit again on the grid. Actually have a cool looking hell over there. And no tie-dye so far. Goodbye guys. Fleet W, short range is on their way. And there we go. Massive, massive drop all of a sudden for leaving the grid. That's actually normal. Being first may be okay. And we've got Hecate, Omen, Navitas, Ishtar, Thorax, Tengu, Nestor, Gnosis, Tengu, and another Proteus here. So at least we have some cruisers in here as well. Let's hope that we can do some work. Over there I'm also seeing a Nestor. See the list? There we go. Fleet coming together. Another long warp, but not due to tie-dye this time. Okay. So let's see what happens. The Hecate looks pretty cool as well in my opinion. As we've got a bit more coming in as well on grid here. There we go. Short range. Fleet warping to... Oh, well, there it is. Right behind us. That's pretty cool. The Blood Raider shipyard Sotio indeed with the little icon in front of it. So that is what you need to add to your overview. Looks about right so far. What have we got over here? Another fleet. At the backside of the shipyard. Right there. And we here in one big ball. And oh, we actually have incoming fire now. Let's see. Of course, my whole fleet is in here. And let's go. As we have triggered Blood Raider Omen. Let's see if we have target Blood Raider Omen as well as being called. So let's see what we can do. We'll also break out some hobgoblins, and I guess that we could try something else as well, but I am interested in taking a look at Blood Raider fleet as well. So there they are. Okay. Peaceful entity may... Ah, okay. So you also get a standings warning. Alright, it's my very first time in here. So for now we're going to just target some of these guys. And then don't ask me again, press yes. Approach these guys and go after the next one. Well, my... Okay, so we got some more. This guy's being targeted and it's been blown up. So far, so good. Performance, 30 FPS. And so far it's mainly my drones that are doing stuff. So let's go after another Omen. Just target a couple more. Let's see if we can draw his attention. And maybe try to fly out of there, because just sitting still is not why I brought this Proteus. So there we go. A couple of hobgoblins going after that one Blood Raider Omen. And not exactly sure. Let's take a look at all of this. Lots of cruisers. We also have Tremoas up there. Okay. Let's maybe press an approach on that guy. And then let's take a look at what these guys are doing. That's a lot of blood. Holy crap, that's a serious response fleet. That is a lot of Blood Raider dreadnoughts. They are being bubbled, but I'm not sure if that's going to help all that much. In the meantime, let's see if we've got some other broadcasts to take care of. Keep approaching. Maybe also activate my afterburner. I think I can run that without too much trouble. Another augurer over there. Anything else within our fleet? Nope. So you will probably want to make like a separate tab for this, as that one blows up. First, Moa's reminder, no PvP. Only NPCs are valid targets. Gotcha. And so these are... The capitals are meant to mostly fire at the... at the outpost, at the shipyard itself. Ooh, massive drop here as well, down to 20 FPS. Let's maybe... Oh, I can't even reach that right now. So let's see which way to go. Let's start flying away a little bit. If we can. Oh, 50% tie-dye as well. Okay, gotta keep that in mind. Is there anything? Yeah, we actually have an augurer here again. So maybe we can try. Oh, he's being targeted quite heavily. So our short-range fleet has this place well under control for now. Needs capacitor. So they're shooting at the shipyard mostly, and I do wonder if we can see these guys fire at something, or are they just getting wrecked? Oof, that's a pretty big undock all of a sudden. Holy crap. Look at that. Lots and lots of cruisers, I think, mostly. As one of their dreadnoughts gets blown up. Okay. Let's try not to take too many risks. Maybe we'll just orbit this guy at like 5,000 so that we can stay at speed and look if anything else comes. Need capacitor, so nothing too new here so far. And is that our sniper fleet there? Let's see if we can actually take a look at them. So here we also have another fleet that is mostly, again, as was asked for the capitals, to mostly fire on the... Oof. Well, we're doing a lot as well. To mostly fire on the enemy shipyard itself. So let's see what else is coming here. Mostly needs capacitor. Oh, we got a couple of them nearby. Okay. So let's lose a couple of these. Go like that. Okay, we should be able to actually fight some of these. So here we have an arbitrator. Let's also go after that one next. Engage. FPS clearly going down. And right now we're just taking targets of opportunity, but we're still doing decently well. So let's approach this guy. Let's see if we can actually do something against him. Oh, is that a Blood Raider battleship? No, he's actually from the fleet. Okay. Not the best place to use a Blood Raider skin. So this time I'm going after the arbitrator. Obviously we are having full misses. As stuff blows up in the background. Yeah, lots of their dreadnoughts are being targeted and destroyed quite severely. Now we can actually try to yeah, that helps. That did help a decent amount. That one just died. You are next. Target a couple more. Actually, a Balgorn. Okay. Another arbitrator. Let's see if we can find... Oh, lots of Balgorns coming as well. But they still seem to be invulnerable or something. Okay, gonna keep targeting what I can target. And they're actually taking A couple of guys are taking off here. We're going to want a decent overview. Let's see if we can actually target. Nope, still not possible. Blood Raider Arbitrator. Next one, we'll go after you as well. So we get the shipyard, and then here, a couple more. Augurers, Omens. Yeah, I can understand that they're not going to allow for loot to drop or bounties to get killed, because waves like that would become absolutely a huge sink. But for now, let's see here. Still can't really target much. Tie-dye still at 50%. And our fleet is still happily pounding on the shipyard. Let's see if there's anything else targetable. Target's invulnerable. Okay. Let's quickly go into tactical mode, see if that works out. Not too good right now. Ouch. Okay. Tie-dye is now at 40%. And am I in tactical? Yes, but it's not even visible here on the UI. Let's take a look at what's happening here. What are they undocking? They're also undocking some Logi and another big ball of... That is pretty cool though. So let's see if I can target you. Yep, you. Right, gonna see if there's anything closer. Couple of executioners. That would be good targets for us if we can actually web them. The rest of it seems okay. Back to the orbit camera then. As the poor Blood Raiders are basically being shot at like fish in a barrel. Alright, let's go after that executioner with my drones. And let us take a forward anchor. Maybe this guy. Kronos, that sounds good to me. Orbit at 5. Let's go. So that's all the shields down. And is this my doing? Don't think so. There's a couple of shots. Okay, a bit of armor damage like that. I see. And so this is probably a slightly better view. This guy, if you come close enough, I could web him, giving us a better opportunity. So let's see if I can actually grab him. Let's see if we can also... Ooh, he's coming closer. But yeah, pretty serious tie-dye performance, 13-14 FPS. And who the hell? Why can't I? Ah, he's warping away. Okay, let's take a look at that. He's just warping to a place like 200 kilometers to this side. That's interesting. All right. Okay, very interesting. So that's definitely interesting behavior from the NPCs. If I'd managed to close the gap more quickly and actually warp scram him, then I think we would have been able to catch him. So looks like our short range guys are slowly trying to go forward a bit more. So we get an Archon here. I'd rather be like around a battleship or something. So we'll do that. Arbitrator, Cremoas, anything here that I can grab. We'll do that. Cremoas still not in range. More enemy dreadnoughts getting blown up, but not really visibly firing, which is a bit disappointing. But there's more and more of them, so Can I target you? Anything else? That's really close range. Let's take a look here. Lots of Balgorns again. Can actually target a couple of those. So we're gonna go after the arbitrator. And then let's take a look at the Balgorn fleet if I can. Okay. That is pretty significant. And they are firing. Focus firing, in fact. Don't think you want to be not moving and be on the receiving end of that. And the bubbles do make sense, because as we have seen, these NPCs will actually warp off. So now the big question is, should we start heading towards them or not? There's some... Man, this does look really cool, although tie-dye, 42% performance, 10 FPS, and we're still basically getting more and more stuff on the field that is now actually starting to fire at us. One thing that I should definitely do as well is take a look at the shipyard. See how that one is doing. 50% shield, so we're definitely not there yet. And the Blood Raiders do have a lot of dreads on the field. A lot of dreads on the field. We are at 572 in local. And I have a Balgorn pretty close by right here. Anything? Here we get another Executioner again that we could try to do something about. And as we get closer, that's the fleet. We're actually closer to some of these Blood Raiders. And I am probably well ahead of the fleet, but we'll see. Drones going after a Balgorn. I think long range fits would make a lot of sense here, because a lot of it is NPCs. Well, we'll see how they respond, but we haven't really had any of them warp in at super close range. Now we do see that the Balgorn fleet, the battleship fleet, has turned its sights on us, which is quite interesting. So they do definitely change targets as well. Look at that. I wonder if we'll... what are they firing at? Tactical would be better for that. Let's go take a look. So they are all firing at a single dread. Who is in shields? So I'm just going to leave this be for now. Keep my drones on the dreadnought, and I think I've got an orbit on a battleship, so we should be okay. And those are the guys that are actually trying to snipe off one of our dreadnoughts. Not sure if they'll succeed though. You also have some fire coming from the left, which is probably just a couple of like the cruisers that we didn't actually catch. No PvP. Targets are still Chemoshes. Let's take a look at those. Probably the enemy... Nope, they're dreads, not Logi. I would have thought Logi. So they're definitely working hard on those. As I'm not following the FC orders, I'm just putting my drones on one of the Balgorns. That's that one. Well, I'm still too far away from him. And in the meantime, how successful are they against our dreadnought? It's really difficult to see, I have to be honest here, with this kind of tie-dye. And these performance drops now, 3 FPS. That is pretty serious. Back up to 10, but that's really the best that we can pull. I could fully zoom out, of course, but we also do want to have a little bit of a look. And it actually is looking like we've got more small stuff here that if that's the sniper fleet, then they've put cruisers and... okay, let's engage this guy then with my drones. Nope, still not in range. We'll go after you then, as they do keep blowing up. But we've got basically a long-range fleet over here that is focusing on us, who is a short-range fleet, and then they've got like little cruisers that have managed to get in pretty close to these guys, who are our long-range fleet, and they're targeting them mostly. So very interesting to see that. I'm not sure if this is really like NPCs responding to the fits that they're seeing on the field or something like that, but it looks an awful lot like them trying to counter us. So let's take another look at myself here. I'm not sure if we can hit at this range, but we can try. So we're slowly creeping in on the enemy dreadnought fleet here. This guy is pretty low, so maybe we should try to focus on him. Let's do that. You know what? We've been here for what, 20-25 minutes already, and it's time to sink or swim. Try to get in between the enemy ships and actually do a little bit of damage here. We'll do an orbit at 1000. Let's get right up close to this dreadnought. See if it's actually firing. It may just be because of the tie-dye. Those guys are on him. Good. That Grimoire is dying without too much trouble. Or Chemosh. It's actually a Chemosh. Gonna have to get used to all these names as well. And we're going to do a bit of targeting. And let's see. Man, we do get some serious dips from time to time. There we get the Balgorn, which is, yeah, that entire fleet that is staying at range, 50 kilometers, and is firing at our guys back there. Quite interesting. Apologies for the silence, guys. We're monitoring the fight. So they are trying to see exactly what's happening, of course, which is not that easy. I wonder if I can web. That probably doesn't work if they're in siege. 10 kilometers. So that's going to be because of the siege. And here we are now, right in the middle of the Blood Raider blob. So the weirder part, I would say, is that you really don't see them firing from the dreads right now. Oh, no, that's actually incoming fire there again. I actually do have a web on one. Yeah, on this one. Let's also put up a scram if we can. So this is definitely a little weird, right? You would think that all of these dreads could put out some firepower. Maybe CCP is delaying it. They're gonna blow us up right at the end. Right now, they're basically being butchered. The ones that are firing, though, are these guys here. Longer range Balgorns. And other ships, I think. Let's see if we can grab... And Apocalypses as well. Okay. Let's see if we can take a look at those. They're also getting blown up, though. Pretty massive fight. But they are also pounding our guys. Another one blowing up, so we're going to keep going after these. And look at that, sniping from 60 kilometers from me, so they're probably like 100 kilometers from our main group over there that they're actually targeting. So this is pretty cool. And are they going after the Titan now? That would be a little bit of a weird choice. But yeah, they're actually firing at the Titan. Let's go take a quick look at what's happening on this fleet. I might actually be seeing some losses here. Not sure if those are Blood Raiders or not, but here is their little Blood Raider cruiser gang that is going after the snipers. And then, yeah, it is pretty hard on the system. Do we have a third fleet over there? Yes. And is that one being challenged? Not really seeing it. Does look like it's a smaller fleet as well. So we're still on the dreadnoughts that are being cut down one by one. Hopefully CCP gets all the info they need from this. And what we're not sure of about, of course, is what, you know, this is 500, almost 600 people attacking shipyard. This is the Blood Raider response. What happens if you bring only 50 guys, for instance? That is something that that we'll have to find out as these get deployed. But yeah, at least it's still working, except maybe the dreadnoughts not firing could be a bit of a problem. Not sure. And we're still going after that one. So we're still right in the middle of this ball, keeping this one Blood Raider god here. Maybe after this we should go towards these snipers that are still firing back. And the Sotio is now at 34% shields, at max max recharge probably. So they're there. Our guys are still attacking from there. Okay, another one blows up. This guy's almost in structure, so we should be able to... Well, he should not escape if that's his plan. And ooh, look at that, another huge batch here. Even more dreadnoughts undocking, but Fax is down here as well. But as far as I can tell, no real firing from them. So we should see something, right? I mean, for the other fleets, it's decently visible. Over there you can clearly see them fighting. And the Blood Raider Apocalypse there at 113 kilometers. They actually seem to be heading towards this this other fleet back here. But again, not firing, so... Or at least not fully in sync. Keep in mind, of course, this is on the test server, so all of this is, of course, subject to bugs, subject to change, and definitely might need some tune-ups when it comes to performance as well. This guy is in structure. So we should be able to. And here now we also have Ogre and Chemosh. Not sure if we'll actually be able to catch anything. We have some Templars flying around as well. And yeah, Macariel, a couple more guys that have gone in close. Let's take a quick look at the Templar if we can. What are they doing? Flying right in the middle of them as well. And so that's the big dreadnought blob. It does give us a lot of HP to chew through, so... Why don't they have bounties? Well, we don't really want this to become a huge ISK faucet either. We'll slowly be able to get on top of this guy. You can also see the damage right there, armor damage. Pretty cool. Let's take a quick close range look at them. But weapons, yeah, can't say that I can see them track anything or fire at anything. So we'll stay on this for at least a little bit. Tyler is still at 33%, so still having a pretty hard time. 10 FPS, and that was just incoming fire again. Yeah, so just getting hits from this side as well, but I can't really say that I'm seeing them fire any actual shots. As she'll blow up pretty soon. Compare that to the guys over there. They're clearly firing, so are these guys. And those guys. Yeah, definitely. So let's go and take a look at them. Well, maybe after this guy blows up. There she blows. We'll just take a next one. It will orbit. Engage. Fire at. As this one blows up. Nice. Let's try to pin the next one down as well. Yep, we are in range. Audio seems to have fallen off as well. Here, yet again, really big performance dip. Is that when there's like reinforcements coming or something? Couldn't really tell you. Let's try to activate this again. Zoom out a little bit. This fleet is being left alone. That fleet was being harassed by mostly cruisers. And then I would like to take a look at these guys. So we'll go into tactical. And the most active do seem to be these battleship fleets that do fire off quite visibly. And maybe I should just try and turn this around. Can you actually see these guys? Yeah, this guy. Oh, look at that. So you would expect the same from the dreadnoughts. It just doesn't seem to be happening. The battleships do fire back right now. Interesting. Maybe they're like trying to get into the right position or something. And they're just all these dreadnoughts are being butchered on the undock. 15% shields. I think CCP is gonna want us to push for the entire shield timer to see how the sight goes when you actually break that. 14%. And let's get back on orbit. Now, if you're going fully long view like this, performance. Can we get above 10? Slowly creeping up. Yeah, 10 FPS. Come on, stay above that. It's really trying, but this is pretty hard for the system. So if I have to give you guys like my first impressions on this, if you're bringing 600 people like this, you are again going to have a pretty nice tie-dye slugfest that's going to last much longer than needed. So this is probably not going to be, whoops, what the hell are they firing at there? This is probably not going to be the way, actually not a dreadnought again. Not the way you're gonna want to run them, because this will also give enemies a lot of time to form up, actual PC enemies, of course, to form up and to come and screw with you while you're trying to do this this shipyard. So I think that yeah, with 600 people like this, it's definitely, it's new, but I wouldn't call it fun. I would call this pretty close to an actual PvP slugfest with 1,000 players, and with decently severe tie-dye here, 37%. It's possible that it'll be better on TQ, I'm not sure, but looking at it from the perspective that people will want to do this as efficiently as possible, they'll want to avoid tie-dye, and so I actually think that most alliances will actually plan for as small a fleet as possible, rather than, let's quickly go into tie-dye so I can keep one eye on what's being fired at, rather than going for a big massive blob, because there's also not really anything to gain from this. You're not getting bounties from these ships, you're not getting loot, or I don't even think you'll have wrecks that can be salvaged. You know, that would just mean almost an endless sink here. You can see hundreds of ships are being destroyed in no time, so I don't think that it'll scale too well with more and more people. The actual effectiveness will be about what you yourself decide to bring, and people will want to go as small as possible, I think. And to be honest, I would avoid this if they're planning to bring 1,000 people or something like that to see what the side does, or try and break it or something like that. I wouldn't join in on that. But if we find the first one early on TQ and there could be a nice PvP fight, I might come and check it out. But I don't see myself participating all too actively in the very first shipyards, because it is very likely to become a situation like this one. So 1 hour, well, 40-minute slugfest so far to almost get through the shields. And yeah, apparently dreadnoughts that don't fire back so far. So let's see what's happening here. We do have friendly logi from the Blood Raiders themselves. This is pretty nice. Yeah, the battleships, the cruisers, that's the way I think it's supposed to be. You can see them now wrapping up their own fleet, orbiting at a safe distance. We could try to go for these guys, but they're at like 60 kilometers, which would still take quite a bit of time. There is an apocalypse called. And what is that warp? Big ball warped somewhere from somewhere. DDs and PvP is now free. So we can start shooting each other. Thank you all for helping. Feel free to drop out now or try to kill other fleets. So let's see. Won't they at least go 4% shields remaining? I'm not sure what's gonna happen there. I'm gonna try to stick around for that. Here is the massive Blood Raider Logi blob in action as well. So I think it has potential. Just this scale doesn't make it very playable, in my opinion. Let's see. Some people will still be firing at the shields, right? Let's hope that CCP will have all the information that they needed. We'll be heading towards that apocalypse, trying to get into that battleship ball here. %. And people can post once again in the channel, so this is gonna explode for a little bit. As more stuff is getting blown up, we're going to try to orbit this guy at 1,000. final percentage. This is cool. The battleships are definitely pretty damn cool. And their logi as well. Maybe as well, one thing that I should probably note here is that we're doing this without comms on. And so if you actually have fleet comms with a fleet commander that actually you know, can see and respond to what the NPCs are doing, it could get more interesting. So that may be a really big difference as well. I'm trying to be as objective as possible here, and I am mostly a solo player myself. Oh, they're actually retreating. Look at that, the shields are gone, and it actually looks like a lot of them just warped off. Right? Is that guy warping off? Let's take a look. And we can no longer target the Sotio apparently. And there they go, yeah. NPCs actually warping off when they lost the engagement. That's quite interesting. Let's see if I can actually target this one. Nope, target is currently invulnerable. And those NPC battleships that were mobile enough actually did just warp off. And we're going to maybe keep going for like a couple minutes, see if anything is happening with the dreadnoughts, but it's really mostly a dreadnought graveyard here on the undock for those poor blood raiders that have been yeah, getting butchered quite severely. Probably not the engagement they were looking for, because shooting fish in a barrel right there. Lots and lots of wrecks. They're still blowing up as well. And they only went up to Titan, so we also have supers and things like that on the on grid, and we haven't seen like a Blood Raider Titan or anything like that. So I'm not exactly sure how all of that is going to work out, but it looks for now we still have a little group that's targeting one of Sophia Electra in a Phoenix, but I don't think it's actually going to be that much of a problem, as it's probably mostly cruisers that are still on the field, and all of this is going to start to wind down, and I will probably devolve into a little bit of PvP. So there you go, guys. Let's fully zoom out here. This is the first mass test for the new Blood Raider shipyards. I think it's pretty interesting. I can personally see the potential of content like this, especially if it has the right scalability, but 540 people, lots of tie-dye, not all too great performance. So I am hoping that CCP will find ways to tailor this to smaller groups, maybe even solo players as well, you know, make this so that even a single player can enjoy this type of content, but if he wants to bring 2, 10, 20 friends, they can enjoy it as well. And if they have to, of course, you know, you can bring 500 people as well, but then you're going to have a slugfest like this, which is only going to increase the chance that someone else is going to drop on you and is going to yeah, mess with your attempt at running a site that way. And we end up with a nice Doomsday as well. Oh, is he going? No, he's not reaching. He's not reaching. And that's going to be it for this mass test, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.